just simply mentioned the Bible. I meant no harm by it. And the teacher informed me that she could lose her job over the matter.
Well, our nation is no longer built on the biblical principles set forth by our forefathers. We haven't been able to study the Bible in public school for years. We've lost prayer in school since the Supreme Court decision in what, 1962?
Children not allowed to pray in school? How unthinkable.
Well, we're part of a society that for the most part lives without Christ and his word.
Why?
And what's worse, people are beginning to rely on their own goodness to achieve salvation, as if they could earn their way to heaven when it's a free gift from God through Christ. It's just a sign of the times.
This is wrong.
Last evening, something very shocking occurred. I attended a movie with a group from the church, and the person up on the screen blasphemed the name of the Lord.
Unfortunately, that happens all the time. Oh, I know, because I used to be in the film industry.
As a player up there on the screen?
As an actor? No. No, I was a booking agent for a theater chain. I was making all kinds of money, the whole package. But I was miserable inside, empty. And then one day, an old girlfriend of mine came by the office and we were talking, and I told her how I felt. And she told me that she felt the same way before she became a Christian. That she accepted Christ in her life and committed to follow him. And she was so happy. Oh, she also said that her life had real meaning now that she had Christ at the center of it. There was something about her, something I wanted. The peace, the joy. So I started reading the Bible again. I could remember some of the Bible stories from when I was a kid in Sunday school. And I always believed in God. But I didn't have a clue who Jesus Christ was. Nor that he had died for my sins. It's a good thing God is patient. I finally asked Jesus into my heart, and I've never looked back. And then I met a godly man and married him and came to work at this library 18 years ago. My husband and I never could have our own children. But this work here has been a real ministry for me. It's given me so many opportunities to talk to people about Christ.
Bravo, Mrs. Bain.
Oh, well, I say all of that because when it comes to the film industry, I've been there and I know how powerful and influential it is to society. I believe that secular entertainment is one of the biggest tools that Satan uses to mislead people. He desensitizes us through it. Murder, violence, sexual immorality, you name it. Sin has slowly but surely become acceptable to us because we see it all the time, so it's no longer shocking to us.
But why were these things ever allowed?
Well, frankly, I think that Satan's smarter than we give him credit for, and he's very deceptive. When the movie industry started back in the 30s, it was moralistic for the most part. There was a censor board that regulated what could not be shown on the screen, and movie makers were very careful about what they were portraying. And that's when the people didn't realize that the devil won his greatest victory.
His greatest victory? How so?
Because he got the name and the person of Jesus Christ out of the movies. I mean, the morals were there for a while, but the Lord himself was not. And as people became more liberated with their views, there seemed to be less and less conviction because there was no absolute authority. And that is why people can curse the name of the Lord and they don't even think about it.
But how can these movie makers so mock the Lord? Do they not understand that he is the one who created them and gives them their every breath?
Mr. Carlyle, it says in the Bible that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. If people don't hold reverence for the Lord, what can we expect?